Hello, today we're going to take a look at the bottom part of the piano in Piano Exposed video part 2. In the first part, I removed the top panels, the wooden panels of the piano for you to look what's inside. And today I have the bottom part of the piano removed so you can see the bottom half of the piano. What you see across the black rod is the heating rod to keep the piano dry inside, to keep the strings dry, especially in humid weather. So it's like a heater. It's a dehumidifier also. Now you'll see many strings in the piano, and like in the first video, you have the thicker strings arranged in a row, and as it gets to the right side, it gets thinner. What's interesting here is you see the thicker strings that started from the top of the piano on the left side. It actually ends on the right side of the piano. It's angled in a diagonally, so you have it slanted in a diagonal angle, so you will have the thicker strings ending on the right side, and you will also notice that the strings get thinner toward the right side. Okay, so what you will see also is another set of strings that are crisscrossing, and it actually ends on the right side, left side. What happens is you see this string here is much thinner than the first lower string. Okay, but this one is actually the higher strings on the treble side of the piano. It actually slants now to the left side, and then as we get towards the right side, the strings, it's behind these thicker strings. Okay, it gets thinner and thinner. You see it's crisscrossing, making an X. Okay, it gets thinner and thinner, and you'll notice that these screws here, it goes higher and higher. In other words, the strings are shorter and shorter and thinner until if you follow these screws here, okay, and the strings that the screws attach them to, okay, so they are actually all the way to the right side, and those are the thinner strings there. Okay, now let's look at it in relation to the pedals. We have the 3 pedals in the upright piano. The right side we talked about is the damper pedal. When you press on the damper pedal, you see what happens. Okay, it brings this one all the way up, and the dampers we saw in the first video will be shifted away from the strings so that you will have vibrations. It vibrates longer. Okay, this is called the damper pedal, and the sound that we get is like this. If I step there, and when I remove the damper pedal, the sound stops. Okay, otherwise if I play here and I let go, the sound stops. But when I press this and I put on the damper pedal, the sound continues. Okay, so that's the damper pedal. This is the practice pedal. We talked about how muted the sound is because there's the felt, which you saw in the first video, would make the piano sound softer. Okay, so practice pedal. So if I press on this and I play on the key, and I now use the damper pedal, you can see that the sound is different. Okay, now this is the una corda on the left side of the 3 pedals. Now this is what happens here. This one will bring this all the way here, and in the first video you will see that in una corda the whole row of hammers are actually brought closer to the strings so that it's a slightly softer sound. You can't hear it too well if to an untrained ear. Okay, so if I press on this, then normally we use our left foot to press on that, and then you will have a quieter sound than if you pressed if you play on the key. Okay, without the pedal, for example, is this. Okay, and now if I use the una corda pedal, okay, it's quieter. Alright, that's our short lesson today.